And welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is Money Pinch. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who's supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us, keep up to date with our daily photos, and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. You can be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. For as many times a week as I say that opening, I feel like I should really have it down pat by now, but here we are. Also, don't forget to check us out on TikTok if you haven't got a chance at murdycreative.co. I know not everyone's on TikTok, but those of you that are will get some extra special behind-the-scenes content. All right, so there's a lot of things when you're a business owner that sometimes can be challenging to talk about, kind of embarrassing, especially when you want to project a strong sense of capability and success and all of the good things that go along with it. But the reality of it is that a lot of times things are going terribly wrong. I don't know if this is exactly one of those times, but it might be. No, we're dealing right now with a tight money situation. And you may say to yourself, it's middle of November. How are you still being tight on money? It's actually more complicated than that. With the move. So I guess I should go even further back. In 2018, the company was its first year. It had its first year. It did into the six figures comfortably. The next year, we tripled that number. That was 2019. So we 300% sized the company up. In 2020, we did almost identically to the 2019 numbers from a sales perspective. We are on track this year to do 150% of last year. So we didn't double in size. Actually, no, that's not true. Yeah, we didn't double in size. We're not going to double in size, but we're going to get really close when it's all said and done, probably. And this time around, we are breaking. We've already this year broke seven figures, so we're well into much bigger territory than I'd anticipated, even in my wildest dreams a couple of years back. But here's the thing. All of that growth has happened functionally in the last 6 months. It was in March when we realized what we needed to do to grow the company successfully and to make the company successfully profitable. And that was a lot more volume. It was 6 months ago that we really spooled up. April was the first month we did really well. April, we did better than Christmas of the previous year. So April was a big month for us. It was a big test month for us. And it got us way behind in production. And what it showed us was that the limitation to the company was production. We decided to move into a new building. We looked to buy a building. That didn't work out. Looked desperately to find a rental property. We found a perfect one that I love. And we are finally established in that new place. Along with that move, we did a bunch of things that we needed to do all along, company-wise, structural, that we had never done before properly. We replaced all of the rickety desks that were cobbled together in the old place out of tables and things like that with proper workbenches that are made very well with very good materials that will last us a very long time and are the right size and space for what we're doing. And it's got the proper setup. So we bought 6 of those desks, those workbenches. That was money. We bought a ton of racking, shelving that we were finally able to get set up. And that was important for us to be able to keep things organized because when you double, triple, quadruple in size, which is our long-term goal here, you deal with a lot more inventory. And if it gets disordered, it's just impossible to manage. So we scaled up that. We got the new press, which was very expensive. The press was very, very expensive. And I need to keep reminding myself when I'm thinking to myself, why did we run out of money? No, it's because we bought a lot of very expensive equipment that we needed to scale up the operations. We have 5 engravers now. And we're planning potentially, depending on how Christmas goes, on getting a 6th engraver. So there's a lot of elements to the puzzle as far as like, not only was the move expensive, and the move was also brought in a lot of new space for us. Our rent is 3 times what it was before because we're in a much larger space. So our rent is 3 times what it was on a monthly basis. We bought a ton of equipment in the form of workbenches and shelving and equipment, actual equipment. And on top of that, we dealt with a very, very, large shift in the way that we buy our raw materials. We scaled up our raw material purchasing significantly because, and this is where the trick is If it was just buying replacement inventory in the third quarter, we could have done fine. But it wasn't just buying replacement inventory, and it was buying replacement inventory and then a lot more for Christmas because we had to scale up our Christmas inventory. And a lot of that Christmas inventory we had to purchase something like 30 days ago. We had to buy it in the middle of October. It didn't always arrive. It didn't always ship, whatever. And so because we had to buy a lot of that inventory, a lot of those expenses are coming due now, and some of them will continue to come due even through the end of the month and into December. So we're at this weird place, functionally, where we're at the end of our line of credit. And we're still, the money is coming in at a much more brisk pace than it has ever come in before. We scaled up our marketing pretty aggressively too. We're spending twice as much on marketing as we were in April. And there's a lot of kind of pieces to this puzzle that is coming into play and why we're in such a weird pinch with our money at the moment. I don't think it'll last forever. Frankly, I don't think it's going to last more than I think it's going to last a couple of weeks, right? As we come into Christmas, as all of that Christmas money kind of comes in big ways, I think we're going to be able to pay off a lot of the debt. We're going to be able to pay off all of our supplies and inventory, and we're going to be going into next year with a decent amount on the shelf and with a decent amount of our debt paid off. And it's uncomfortable. I'm going to be honest. It's uncomfortable having this much debt for the company. I'm a Midwestern boy. We don't borrow things. I have not had anywhere close. I think the amount of debt we currently have is 10 times the historical high of our company's debt. Now, it represents a fraction of our annual sales, a very small fraction of our annual sales. And I have to keep reminding myself of that. And the company's profitability projections as we grow get better because the truth of the matter is, functionally, our labor costs are the biggest expense. And we're in the midst of hiring. Why didn't I do that for the podcast topic today? We're hiring. If you're looking for a job, we're desperately hiring. Please, 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 if you're looking to relocate to the Midwest, if you're looking to move to Horicon, Wisconsin, which is a nice, quiet, middle of nowhere town where no one's going to bother you and you can just live your life in peace. And if you're looking for a good job, working for a great company, please, please send us an email. I'll do more details on that on the next podcast. I got to remember that. I got to write that down. That's my next podcast topic for Thursday, is that we're hiring. Anyway, I sidetracked myself there. Labor costs present our largest expense by far. And part of that is because an individual can actually make a lot of product a day by themselves. I mean, I should say, an individual as part of a manufacturing system can produce a lot of product themselves. And so we have been hiring a lot of people because we've been trying to balance out our labor pool and getting our labor pool kind of structured and getting the workshop into its most optimal form where there's a person at every station so that we can accelerate the process properly. And then we can properly grow. And those labor costs are, what's the right way to say this? They're large daily. They're the largest percentage of our daily work. But the secret to solving that, the solution to solve that, is to scale up the sales orders. So as we bulk up on our ordering and we increase our volume, the company becomes more profitable even as the marketing gets less effective. It's a very strange, convoluted sequence of events, but mathematically, I guess the right way to think of it is mathematically, we don't need beyond maybe 2 more people. We don't really need more people after that for the company to do multiple millions of dollars. So with a team of less than 10 people, less than 10, we could probably do multiple millions of dollars in sales, but we need to get that right number of people. We need to figure that out still. We need to get that right number of people in place, and we need then to aggressively scale the company. And at that level of scaling, suddenly our fixed costs become less and less and less of a problem because they're relatively stable. So we need to aggressively grow the company. And so in quarter one of next year, Christmas we're using as the springboard of growth because Christmas, it's hard not to sell very well in Christmas. We have a great product for gifts. It's a great time of year for gifts. We manufacture domestically, so that means that we can deliver your gifts rather than buying something that you may not get in time. So from a Christmas perspective, we really do very well during Christmas. And then the trick with that is using that growth, using that increase in our advertising budget, increase in our sales, increase in our, the money in the bank, being able to pay down some of that debt to take that momentum into the first quarter. The first quarter for us, especially January and early February, can be slow. It can be tricky. Usually by March, things are going better, and usually April, May are some of our better months. So March, April, May is normally some of our best months other than Christmas. Going into the summer, things slow down like I've talked about in the past, and into the fall. We've made progress in improving that, and we've got some big plans for 2022 that I'm very excited about. I'm keeping them a little close to the chest still because there's a lot of things that need to go right with them, and when we launch them, it could be very big. So I'm very excited about that, but that aside. So this is where we're in a weird position right now, and it's hard for me mentally to acknowledge the situation in a way that isn't terrifying, right? Because a lot of emotions go along with having a lot of debt that you're not used to. And the business manager, the business owner in me says, this is a lot of debt. This is very risky. The marketing person in me, the business kind of growth side of it in my mind goes, yes, but that's only because you're growing and changing and the company is evolving into a new space. And the space it's evolving to will be more profitable because the marketing will be more successful and will grow the company well. And I'm dealing with that kind of dichotomy. And I'm realizing that a lot of this particular problem, a lot of this particular debt issue is temporary. It's the relationship between buying inventory for Christmas, which is expensive, and Christmas coming up. And there's a little bit of a lead time in between those two. That being said, we've done more business and more sales in the first 12 days of November than we did in all of the month of October. So we're already off to the races. We're already doing good on the money side of things. We've already had a bunch of nice big bulk orders come in. Speaking of which, if you're a big company looking to get great gifts for your employees and you're looking for more than 50 items, please contact us immediately, right away. We are really, really, really kind of pushing into that production area where orders of larger than 50 will begin to be a little more challenging for a time-wise to get them delivered in time. So if you're looking for 50 or more, definitely reach out to us. If you're looking for less than 50, still reach out to us. It's definitely the kind of thing where placing that order earlier rather than later will be good. So reach out to us as soon as you can about that. But we're already dealing with good production numbers. We have a thing we put on the wall. It's an order counter. It's a big sign. It's a digital sign that just reads how many orders we have waiting in the queue. And it can be a little nerve-wracking for the employees. I understand that, but I do that on purpose because I think sometimes it can be easy, especially coming out of October. October is normally very slow for us in general. So going from a really slow season into a very busy season, like immediately, it's hard. You got to get the employees back into the mindset of, okay, we need to hustle because we've got a lot to do, right? And I think that little sign, it helps put people in context. It's like, oh, we got 70 orders out today. We got 100 orders out today, but we've got 400 in the queue right now. So we need to kind of keep going. That gives people a sense of understanding and mindset of understanding. So I just think that for me, I need to remind myself that this is temporary. This is part of the game. This is part of the growth opportunity. And we're not in trouble yet. Like we still have solid sales. We have good cash flow. And as long as we can kind of get out of this like temporary little pinch here and we're no longer dealing with the cash flows in that regard and tightness in the cash flows as far as payouts, I think we'll be fine and we're going to be good. It's just getting there. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to check back in Thursday for our next topic, which is all about hiring. So definitely watch that if you're interested in getting a job. We're hiring. Be sure to check that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be sure to get that latest podcast right away. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, or anything else we sell, please feel free to contact us on the main page of our website at murdycreative.co. Or you can contact us via Instagram and Facebook. You can text, email, call, direct message, all the usuals. We'll do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. We do appreciate your patience. If you have a quick question or you want to place an order over the phone, please feel free to contact us or to call us on the phone at 414-434-9001. We're available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. We have changed our customer service hours recently to 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. You can also text us at that number as well. It's 414-434-9001. If for whatever reason you don't get a hold of us, either during business hours, after business hours, regardless, please do leave us a voicemail. If you have an order and you're talking about that specific order, please include that order number. It'll start with an S and it'll be 4 digits. That helps us identify exactly what we're talking about. Sometimes people's names can be a little confusing, or they may not be the same spelling, and so it can be hard to find people just by their name. Sometimes we have people calling, "Hi, this is Deb. I'm calling about my order." And it's a little bit of a trick for us to be able to figure out which Deb we're talking to. So give us your order number if you've got that. If you're just calling to place an order, or you're calling for some information, just leave the voicemail. We will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. We try to stay on top of that as best as possible. If you email us for whatever reason, our email lead time, Mondays are tricky because obviously that's right after the weekend. We have a bunch of emails, but normally during the week, it's about 24 hours. Sometimes it can extend to 48. Sometimes it takes us a day or two to get back, but so far this Christmas, we've been able to stay on top of it. So definitely check back with us then. If you think we deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow, both a review on whatever podcast app you're listening on, but also a review on the product itself. So if you want to go to murdycreative.co/reviews, you can read all of our amazing 5-star reviews there. I love them. They make my day. I read them all the time. There's a button that says leave us a good review. If you click on that, it'll take you to facebook.com/murdycreative.co/reviews. There's a question there. Do you recommend the Murdy Creative Co? You click yes, and then you type your amazing review of us. We love them. We read them. I read them out loud to the team when they come in our morning meetings, just so everyone can appreciate and enjoy the great works that are acknowledged through that. If you have a bad review that you would leave us for any reason whatsoever, please get in contact with us. It is deeply important to me personally that everyone who buys from this company has a good experience and likes the product. We will do anything in our power, including refunding, recrafting, whatever it takes. We want you to be happy. So please, please, please give us an opportunity to make things right before you leave us a bad review. You can get directly in contact us with that button on the website that says get directly in contact with us, and give us an opportunity to make things right. Like I said, if you want to contact us a different way, you've got a complaint or a concern, an email or a call works just as well. We definitely want to help. We really do. So give us that opportunity, please. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising. Always has been, always will be. Please tell your friends. If you want to get a little something for doing that, go to the website on murdycreative.co. In the bottom left-hand corner of that page, there will be a rewards tab. If you click on that and you're logged in, you get 5% back on any purchase you make as in-store credit. But more importantly, there's a shareable link there. If you share that link with your family and friends, they get $5 off their first purchase, and you get $5 off your next purchase in-store credit. So if you have a Murdy Creative Co product that you like and you want people to get it for you, share this link with them using your shareable link, and they get a discount on your Christmas present already. It's a great way. So definitely do that. It helps us, helps you, helps them. It's awesome all around. You're looking for multiple binders, journals, folios, anything we sell, for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason. We do have bulk discounts built directly into the cart. So all you need to do is add whatever cart quantity you'd like. It's just based off the total quantity, so you can mix and match. And the automatic discount will be applied. A little note on that. If you're going to place an order of 50 or more, please contact us first, as it really does. It is important for us to be able to kind of work with you on figuring out exactly what you're looking for from a lead time perspective. If you're trying to get it before Christmas, if you're just buying it, unrelated to Christmas, go ahead. That's fine. It just may not arrive before Christmas if it's more than 50 and you don't contact us just because of some of our complexities on the back end. But yes, we do have bulk order discounts built directly in the cart. If you're not exactly sure what discount, like if you have a specific price in mind and you can buy infinite quantity, feel free to reach out to us directly via email, sales@murdycreative.co. You can send us an email, or you can reach out to us via the contact form. Ask about, you're saying, hey, I want to buy a lot of this particular product. I'm thinking, I'm trying to target this price. What's the best bulk discount you can give me? We'll be able to talk you through the program and see if we can find a good opportunity there. If you're looking for a custom engraved item, we have no minimum order quantities and no setup fees. There's a simple flat fee of $15 per item, and that's pre-bulk discount. So if you're going to get a whole bunch of items, that $15 can go down quite a bit. We are still finishing getting the customizer up and operational. It is taking much longer than I would have anticipated, mostly because I absolutely underestimated how complicated our product line is. It's just been a long time since I've had to think through that, and there's a lot of areas where we offer customization. So it's a lot of photography, a lot of photographic editing to make things right, a lot of uploading, changing out the product line. It's a pretty big project. We are working on it as fast as we possibly can. I am very hopeful that it will get up and working early this week. And we'll hopefully have it operational very shortly for you guys. So definitely check that out. But in the meantime, if you want to get a custom item, send us an email, sales@murdycreative.co. Please be sure to include the image in the best resolution you can, as well as which product you're interested in getting it on. We'll be able to create a custom mockup, as well as an order link for you to use to purchase that custom item. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.